This session contains scenes that are both graphic and disturbing in nature, especially in parts 2 and 3. It is not meant for the faint of heart. Viewer discretion is advised.
Brilliant. Okay, so how long did that take? Another 10 minutes?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so widening the search parameters, going and starting out at the house, trying to track the van if we possibly can.
Okay. While we're busy doing that, we should regroup with the rest.
Yeah, I think we should. We might need the ship.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they're leaving the city, we'll probably have to go outside city boundaries and see what else is out there.
For the sake of the other two, I will have you guys reconvene back at the ship before you actually are able to process the surveillance files, Elias.
Okay.
So, is there anything else that needs to be you guys want to do at the house before we do that, though?
No. Oh, I might.
Elias,
I probably palmed my tracking device, my single.
Yes, the single is in the nursery. I guess whoever was packing up everything didn't think that she would need the CD, this random CD, so whoever it was left it in the nursery. I didn't think it would make sense to bring it along, so... Yeah. However, it got you to this point.
Yeah. Yep.
So, good job.
I'm probably faster than we otherwise might have, so I'll take it. I'll take it back.
The CD does look like it has been opened and used, though. So, you guys make your way over to the ship again, and Sync. You will see the other three arrive.
Well, welcome back, guys. Any leads?
Yeah.
Say that?
Yeah. Elias is working on getting surveillance things. Hopefully, we'll be able to have a vehicle and be able to track down this killer.
Well, I guess I'll get the ship ready to roll then.
How's Anar doing?
That's more of a Cyrus question, to be honest. He said he could handle it, so I'll let him handle it.
Is he awake?
Well, last time I saw, he was still out of it.
How's your neck, by the way?
Yeah, you could probably notice a little redness around that.
A little?
If you look.
Strangulation marks.
Are you okay?
You seem to have some bruising there.
Yeah.
Looked like Anar put off a fight.
He was just excited to see me is all.
Oh, hello.
I
I don't want to know.
Neurotoxin?
Ship.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go get the ship started, guys.
Thanks. I'm gonna go check
Well,
up on Anar, see how he's doing.
I'm gonna go up to the cockpit with Sync because that's where all the computers are.
I'm gonna follow and check in on Anar.
You guys make it over. I'm sorry, Seppi will go over to Anar. Anar, you have rested. You rested a little bit, and you're starting to wake up again. A little bit more coherent than you were before.
Okay.
Is Sesepia the only one with Anar at this point?
No,
Arkara
I'm
was
going
fine.
with.
Okay, Arkara and Sesepia are with you at the moment when you wake up.
How are you feeling?
This one feels like it got into a fight with a bus and lost.
In a
Did
way,
we-
you did, so I'm not surprised.
Did we succeed?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Why does this one's tentacles feel sore? Well, then again, why does... Oh, never mind, it's all coming back now. Oh, he's a little groggy. Kind of shaken off. So, that's it. Mission complete. We can...
Not quite.
I'll go home.
Let's just say we have a new mission.
New mission.
Yeah.
Yes.
This one does need to get back. What kind of new mission are we talking about?
My daughter was kidnapped by some sort of killer. From what the record says, it's some sort of like S killer. Marx has been like marking his victims with an S symbol, been kidnapping biotics. We're working on getting to surveillance to try to track down the vehicle.
Anar, I'll leave it up to you if that sounds familiar to you or not.
It doesn't. I already knew that ahead of time.
Okay.
I know what he'll react to, but that's not it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to actually. Is Cyrus in the room?
Cyrus is in the room.
He is.
Yeah. Do you want him? Well, do you, the player, want him in the room or not? Because I can conveniently make him there or not.
He was just going to ask how bad he is. It's nothing serious.
So you're asking him how bad. Okay, so you ask him how bad you are.
Yeah.
Oh, awful, terrible.
This one
Business as
appreciate your concern, friend.
That's what I thought the answer would be.
That is so.
Can this one have a glass of water, please?
Cyrus walks over and grabs a plastic cup and he fills it with water and he hands it to you.
Oh, thank you. You look like I'm about to strangle you, though. I mean, it's just a glass of water. Thanks. And he chugs it up a little bit. So, tracking a killer.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be honest. It's not very good at tracking people. It's more of making them lay down and never getting back up.
We have a
sounds
pretty
like
good
you don't
lead,
really need
though.
this one anymore.
Yeah. I'm gonna start.
we
I'm gonna
do.
make my way back to the cockpit, see if they've gotten the surveillance all figured out. Good to see you're doing all right, Anar.
Thank you, officer. It appreciates it. If there's nothing else, this one will probably go take a look at its suit. It imagines it's in bad shape.
Okay.
He'll remark to Carl for a second. Oh, is it just this one, or does she seem a little bit more tense than usual?
Well, her kid is in the hands of a mass murderer. So, yeah, she is.
Understandable. This one won't pretend to know what she's going through. It's best to stay out of it. If you need this one, he'll be in the cargo hold. And he'll slowly flow out. Oh, and then he'll turn back for a quick second to Cyrus. Thank you. Again, by the way. That was to Cyrus, not our car.
Cyrus will silently nod towards her direction.
He'll nod back and then float on down to the cargo hold.
Okay.
Arkara will turn to Cyrus and just look at him, and then, is he really all right?
Cyrus says, "Are you asking me to disclose private information about my patients?"
Not exactly, but it doesn't really seem all right considering.
Can you ask me about private information about my patients? He asks.
You tell me, you're the doctor.
I think it's something that you all should know. But even I am not sleazy enough to disclose. Even I am not. I'm not sleazy enough to disclose things publicly to other people about their conditions, and that's all I'm going to say.
I'll shrug and just, fine then. I guess I'll ask him later.
Okay. What's going on in the cockpit?
I would be just kind of sitting in the chair, turning the engines on or whatever.
Okay.
And I'm going to be trying to see if I can track that van on, or whatever the van is, whatever the vehicle is.
The vehicle itself,
yes,
the vehicle itself appears to be a relatively rundown, unmarked sky car.
No plates.
No plates. Yes. that should probably put up some red flags in and of itself.
Yeah.
And you are able to use the surveillance cameras to follow it out of the city, at least. And it does seem to confirm the direction that Sesepia is implying. The last camera that you're able to catch sight of this vehicle, it looks like it was in the direction of one of the towards. This area is has some canyons in the distance, and which, after doing some research, looks like it's a popular place for many of the criminals that end up on this planet to hide out at.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, looks like we've got ourselves a criminal hotspot to go check out. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be. Okay. Should we just take the ship there, or should we keep the ship outside of sight? Try to get
it's
someone
your
close
daughter.
enough.
Your daughter,
Yeah.
it's your call.
The problem is that this guy seems like he's crazy. I still remember what he was saying.
Well, there's 5 of us, and there's only one of you.
I imagine. I'm just concerned that he might not be in this right state of mind. If he starts seeing this ship start coming in, he might overreact.
What did he say?
From what I can remember, it was something like Simon Says. I imagine maybe that might be his name or something.
Simon Says.
Yeah.
Well,
Out of character. His exact wording, just to remind the players at least. I don't know
He
if
didn't
Giuseppe
say
remembers.
Simon Says.
Yeah.
you didn't
He
say
says
Simon
he,
Says is what he said.
he goes
Yeah.
up to her and he tries to calm Talia down. He says, "Shh, shh, shh. It's all right. Everything's okay. You and your grandma, we were just playing a game, but the problem is she didn't say Simon Says," and that's what you heard him say.
Yeah.
How much of that does Giuseppe remember and or pass on, if anything, or is it just that?
How much of that do you think Giuseppe would have remembered? If you want, you can roll for it.
Sure.
Roll in knowledge.
Just plain up knowledge.
Possibly
Yeah,
willpower?
would
I don't
say
know.
Possibly willpower. Possibly.
Oh.
We can say
Ooh,
willpower.
willpower. Actually, have points in that.
Okay. Yeah. You will be able to recall everything that he
Everything?
said. So if you want to spit out what I just said, you can spit out what I just said.
From what I gathered, from what I remember, his exact words were, "Shh, it's okay. Your grandma and I was just playing a game. The problem was she didn't say Simon Says."
And then he starts laughing.
And yeah, this my aunt and my night just crazy laughter after that. That was the last I remember from the previous vision.
Simon Says, eh?
Mhm.
Oh, I can add that to search filters. Don't know if that'll do any good.
Yeah.
But look, we can take the ship in. Then they won't see us on instruments, but you know, if they happen to look up.
Yeah. Right.
On the bright side, it is a dark and stormy night.
We might be able to use
You're
that
right
as
about
cover.
that.
Mhm. I'll let the chief know where we're going.
Okay. Good. She should start making our way over there now.
Okay.
You might want to get yourself patched up, you know.
You're right.
Everyone, just because, roll me a willpower,
Oh,
please.
Want me to roll?
everybody.
Want me to roll willpower again?
Yeah, everybody roll a willpower again.
Which one is that under again?
That's
Knowledge.
under
Knowledge.
Oh, awful, awful, awful.
Pretty low.
Those rolls.
Oh, hello.
Oh no, I got a critical
Well,
fail.
die.
I need a moment.
I got a 23.
Oh no, Akara, no.
No!
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Akara,
Put me and Susape! No!
Yeah,
You got a 23.
Akara and I got a critical fail. But
I got a 5.
Oh, so I'm the only one with the high score.
Yep.
yeah,
Oh,
And what
actually,
did Sink get?
I
Sink
got a
get-
I have the will of a fat child surrounded by cupcakes.
All right,
Which
so
is me.
you guys start heading over to that direction, to that canyon. While you guys are heading over there, you get another vision attack, Sesepia. This time, you're outside. It's raining. The gentleman has an umbrella above your head, and he says, "It's all right. It's all right, little one. I'll get you something to eat, and then we can maybe read a bedtime story before you go to bed." He carefully clutches your hand, and he starts taking you over to what appears to be a large grounded ship. The grounded ship looks like hasn't really been kept very well. It looks like you're not even sure if the thing can actually fly. It looks a little run down, and the gentleman goes over to the ship, and it looks like he's trying to use the panel to open the door, and then the vision goes away.
okay. Yep, it looks like she's still with him. It seems like he's right next to some sort of rundown ship. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to fly. Hopefully, it really is a junker.
as soon as Sink hears that, he'll kind of raise up on the throttle a little bit to try to speed up before try to catch him before he takes off, kind of thing.
Okay, well, shall we get? I don't know. Trim, are you any good with the sensor array on this thing?
Sensors? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I can do that.
We need to find a junker in these canyons.
I'll see what I can do. Do you know what class type? Ship type?
Would I've known?
Seppi?
I would say that this is a large freighter, specifically a freighter used for moving cargo. More of a cargo ship than a...
So it could be, we've got the ones that we've seen in Mass Effect so far would be the Kowloon class and the Athabasca class.
Mm-hmm.
They're both human.
Mm-hmm.
The Athabasca's bigger at 200 meters.
Yeah.
All right, so let's say it's that one. Athabasca? Is that what you call it?
Athabasca, 88. Hang on, I'll just type it.
Okay.
Where's
Okay. You can specify that after a couple minutes, he will come back and says, "I think I might have found what you're looking for. It's not too far away from where we're at."
Oh, let's go see if we can get a closer look.
Captain, I would recommend that if this is the ship that you're looking for, probably should be discreet in your approach.
Right. Out of character, I'll guess I'll raise up so we go higher in the clouds to try to not be as noticed.
Okay. You will make your way over to the coordinates, and lo and behold, you do find a grounded ship, the same grounded ship that you saw in your vision moments before, Sesepia.
There.
Any life
It's that
signs
ship right
down
there. It's gotta be. I mean, that was the ship. I wonder, though, if there's any other biotics along with them.
Scan for life signs. See how we go.
Yeah.
You scan for life signs. There seems to be about 8 on the ship. 8 on the ship at the moment.
We should be careful. If this guy's probably pushing drugs onto these biotic kids, we don't know what they're going to be, what their mentality is going to be.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
especially with the way he was talking to her. I'm wondering if he's trying to basically get himself a nice group of biotics. Don't know if he's thinking of selling them off or taking them as his own family. Again, I don't know the state of mind of this guy. He seemed like he wasn't wanting to hurt her.
Anyone got any ways of dealing with biotic powers that, stop them?
Kill them dead.
Well, yeah.
It's the only good
Two.
way I know of.
There is one, but I don't think we'd know about it. So, no.
How are you guys approaching this
Yeah,
ship?
it's a Cerberus.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say it's a Cerberus drug, so I don't think anyone
Yeah,
would
I don't
know
think
about it.
I don't think you
Yeah.
would know about it.
Nah.
How are you guys approaching the ship? Sink. Right now, you said you're up above the clouds.
Right.
Right. At some point, you'll have to lower yourself to see the ground.
We'd probably- Probably,
We've got
I
the
guess,
stealth drive, so...
right over it, so where he couldn't really notice, or not
Okay.
right over, but kind of off to the behind it, I guess,
Okay.
behind it.
Probably land somewhere out of sight, and then we'll go by foot. Probably might be our best option, don't you think?
Agreed. That looks like a safe spot. We'll go down there behind the ship.
You guys will get yourselves down onto the surface of the planet, down back on the ground, and you will emerge, and there appears to be 3 entrances into the ship. There's the main entrance where you would go through the airlock. There is the loading entrance, I guess, the loading dock entrance, and then there appears to be some sort of emergency side entrance. That's probably going to be the toughest of the 3 to get into, because I think it's mainly a one-way door. It's meant to be a one-way door. It's meant to be an emergency exit, not a entrance into the ship.
We brought the toothbrush.
Exactly. Didn't Sepia buy that toothbrush, Mass Effect toothbrush?
Yes. We're all set then.
Yes! Through the emergency exit
Did
with
you
the
know?
toothbrush.
Seriously, did you actually buy that toothbrush to Sepia?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no!
You're just sitting on all those credits.
Not anymore, but I think I want to
Okay.
probably still end up selling my pistol for an actual Omni tool so I can actually use something.
What do you guys do?
Where were the life signs located?
The life sign seems to be a life signs near the cockpit, a bunch near the center of the ship, I believe, and a couple on another part of the ship. Like it's you don't know the floor plan of the ship, so it's hard for you to tell what specifically they're in. But yeah, there's cockpit. There's a good group of 6 in one part of the ship, and then there's 2 in, I guess, another side of the ship.
Okay, so I'm just want to make sure that they're not, for example, right all in the cargo bay if we all decide to go storming in that way.
None of them seem to be that close to any of the entrances. They all seem to be more in the inner parts of the ship.
Yeah.
At this point, Sink's gonna pipe up and say, "Well, our last time at the factory, we went in guns blazing. That seemed to work pretty well."
Question: are we bringing any of the others along with us? For example, the biotic Asari.
You tell me.
Yeah, this is why I thought we should sort this out before we go in.
Yeah,
Sure.
that would be a good idea.
And as I'd probably be leaning towards Drimmy again, given that we're about to board a ship.
Well, it was very
don't know.
useful last time.
And having 2 people who can access computers and mess with them might be a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd take fighting on the ground over the air any day.
Going in? Yep,
Yeah.
we're going in.
I guess so.
Yes.
Which
Going in
Someone-
with Jeremy. Giuseppe, I feel like you'd be the most to take action first.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Lead the way.
I think the best thing to do is try to get in as stealthily as possible. Not
Believe it or
too alert.
Anar can actually do stealth. His dexterity is quite high.
That's good.
And he's small.
I can do stealth reasonably well as well. I think I've got my tactical cloak working.
There you go.
Uh,
Got a few stealthers.
Mhm.
He's probably better than me, which is fine.
Well, only over short distances.
in the end, these are still kids. I would like to try to do this as non-violently as possible.
Yeah,
God,
minimum
researches.
collateral
Minimal.
damage.
Yeah, it'll probably make it a little easier for us, hopefully.
I don't
Jimmy
know.
will come with you guys with his hammer as before.
Mhm.
So which way are you going? Which entrance were you trying to go through in the ship?
I imagine. What were our options with the entrances?
There's the airlock
Main airlock,
entrance
cargo bay.
and the emergency exit entrance.
Yeah.
Air quotes.
Airlock seems to be the most stealthy entrance to go through. Unless we're going to be making a lot of noise getting in through there. And I don't know if all of us would be able to fit through with the airlock. I'm also worried about that the emergency exit. If we try to open it, that might set off alarms if it's like an emergency open door.
Yeah, I was thinking the same exact thing.
Maybe,
I
is
suggest-
there a way that you can deactivate the sensors if we get to the door, deactivate the alarm, and enter that way?
You'd have to be on the other side of the ship, or they'd have to have really insecure Wi-Fi.
Correct.
Yeah, you never know.
Do they
This
have
is,
really insecure Wi-Fi?
it is a possibility. This ship is pretty run down looking, so I can't imagine them having the
Looks to be
greatest
deceiving.
sources. It's,
What Honor said.
Yeah, if I were a serial killer, I'd want a nasty looking ship to kind of hide in.
Jimmy says that would make sense. Would make it so that it doesn't stand out.
I still suggest cargo hold. It's got the most cover.
yeah, we'll have to do that then.
Okay.
I just
You guys will make your way around to the cargo hold door, the hatch. Who's going to actually try to decrypt their way into the door, through the door?
I'm assuming me.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead,
Because I'm
Talia.
assuming I'm assuming I'm the one with the decryption skills.
I don't.
I think that
Yours-
you and
Jeremy.
Ring.
I mean, if you need
Jim,
some
yours is
smash
probably
shots,
better than...
Karin, I
Yeah.
can do.
Mine would be better than. Mine's at plus 15.
Yeah, yours
Yeah.
is better than Drimmy. Drimmy's probably not very equipped to hack or break into doors very
That
well.
would be
That's not his,
that would be
that's not
my
his
weak
thing.
one for that one.
Yeah, that's not his thing.
Does it count as a use of the hacking talent, or is it just a standard bypassy thing?
You can. I think hacking would work if you want to use hacking.
Okay. Wait,
What is it?
sorry.
you put 2 pluses.
I put 2 pluses in, so that's 10, 14, 18, 29.
Okay. 29. With a 29, you believe that you're able to bypass through the security of the door, such that you would not alert anyone, and the hatch begins to open slowly. It's very dark, and it's pitch black in the room beyond. There's no lights in it at all. and you guys enter in through the door carefully and stealthily. The room is dusty, like a little congested. You cough a little bit because of how of whatever dust is in the air, and then the door slams down behind you, and you are shrouded in pitch black darkness.
Activating infrared. Night vision.
You have infrared night vision?
I have military-grade goggles. Yes, I
Elias
do.
activates his infrared. What are other people doing immediately after the door slams down and you're shrouded in darkness?
Yeah, I have a quick question, Hark. How much would Sync's quote-unquote mood lighting illuminate? Like, would he just give him away?
I think that if you're trying to be stealthy, you will probably want to turn it off.
Yeah, he'll probably brought his coat with him because he can't really turn it off without turning off his arm. So
yeah, which means you guys definitely are in pitch black.
Yeah, you don't need wife beaters in here.
What is Sync's reaction, or what is he doing once he sees the darkness around him?
He's gonna try his synthetic eye, see if he can have like a night vision or something.
Okay. Arkara?
I can program that for you.
I'm not sure if she's got any infrared in her helmet, actually, so I don't even know.
Well, I bought military-grade goggles separately, so
Yeah, I'm guessing not then.
I'm blind.
Anar is covering the rear the best he can with his blindness.
Hey, you have phosphorescence, right?
That's true. I can glow. I can glow.
Do you make yourself glow, Anar?
No, that's mood lightning.
Yeah, sure. He'll hum to himself.
Anar, you start to make yourself glow, and you look around the room, and Anar, you don't see any of your companions.
What?
Even with the bioluminescence.
I didn't bring up the rear?
You did bring up the rear. The door slammed behind you, and you use your bioluminescence and you look around and you don't see any of your companions in front of you anymore. They were just there.
I guess he'll start to look out really confused. Tense up and bring his rifle a little closer. This one's got a bad feeling about this.
You hear the rumble of thunder on the outside. Everything in the room is quiet. Eerily quiet. What do you do, Anar?
Well, normally he would actually appreciate the quiet, but he is cautious. He's probably going to take in the surroundings the best he can.
You take in the surroundings and you look around. There seems to be a good amount of crates in this room. And there's the whole room is lined up with crates, and it looks, compared to the dustiness and disarray of the rest of the room, the crates themselves look like perfectly organized in files, like they're in pristine condition. There seems to be dust on the floor or on the walls, but eerily all of the crates are perfectly like with someone with OCD arranged them in rows and files. What do you do?
Oh no. I guess you'll venture forth with caution.
You'll venture forth with caution.
Yeah.
And as you're walking past, you hear a sudden bump that probably makes you jump. You turn around towards the direction of the bump, and it seems to have come from one of the crates.
Oh, great. This one's hallucinations are starting to get a little real. It wonders if Miss Dr. Lennox has tampered with the serum lately. He'll probably go investigate the noise.
Are you saying this out loud, or are you thinking this to yourself?
He unfortunately talks himself.
Okay. Are you going to investigate?
Sorry, when there's no one else around, does he talk to himself through his speech translator, or just using bioluminescence?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. I guess with the translator. Makes more sense.
Okay. Okay.
But he is humming a bit so he can get the light.
As you are humming, you suddenly start hearing someone else humming with you. The exact same tune that you're humming. Do you stop or do you keep humming?
He'll stop and go dim.
As soon as you stop and go dim, whoever was humming with you stops.
Great. He'll try to calm himself down. It's only temporary, 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 it's only temporary.
You hear another bump as another crate behind you seems to have sounded from whatever's inside the crate.
Oh, great. So, I have to decide whether to investigate the crate or to move on.
It's up to you.
I feel like I'm in a really bad choose-your-own-adventure novel, and I'm gonna have to go back to the beginning after a moment.
Is this where
Do I want to
you
page
hold
the-
your hand?
Do I want to turn to page 39 or 22?
And then you flip back when you made the wrong choice?
Yep.
I guess he'll tense up by the crate door, take a
Okay.
few breaths, open it quickly, and then aim down into the shaft, and then hum at the same time.
You open the crate door quickly and aim it into the shaft, and it's empty.
And someone pushes him in. No.
He'll then turn back and say to himself, Kindler's helped this one. He'll then move on as quickly as he can.
You move on quickly, and as you make your way around past all the rows and files of cargo, you start to hear sobbing. It sounds male. Probably sounds male sobbing.
Oh, great. Can he tell the direction?
Yeah, it's down the hallway. It's dark though, but it's down the hallway.
He'll continue with caution. He'll hover
make your
low
way-
if need be.
Are you still humming?
If he can't see, then yes.
Okay. He continues humming. The moment that you start humming, the person that was humming with you continues again humming with you. And if you stop, the person who's humming with you stops. You can't help but feel like whoever is humming sounds very familiar.
Great.
You make your way over down the hallway to where the sobbing is, and you see a figure crouched against the wall. A figure with pale humanoid, with sort of like a pale purplish bluish skin. Probably more purplish than bluish.
Shoot!
Mhm.
What's happening?
Crap.
It's Chris!
He doesn't notice you, and he has his back against the wall, and he's crying, he's weeping. You recognize him immediately.
He doesn't know whether to be very happy or very worried. Because,
Yes?
unfortunately, something similar to this has happened before. He's probably going to automatically think it's, an hallucination. So he's going to proceed with caution, realistically.
Okay.
And it whispers itself. And it lays its head wearily against a stone slab. Gulps and wonders, will it wake or will it slumber? And then he'll click-clack the gun eternally.
You click-clack it?
Or never. Yeah, he
Get his
loads
attention?
it just in case.
Oh,
just
not
in
to get his
case.
attention. Okay, gotcha, okay.
He's saying a poem to himself.
Okay.
He'll call out. Chris?
The sobbing stops. The humanoid looks towards your direction and sort of holds up his hand as if your bioluminescence, it's not that bright, but since this guy has probably been sobbing in darkness for quite some time, his eyes need to adjust. And you look towards him, his eyes are slightly sunken. And he squints a bit and he says, Anar? Is that really you? What are you doing here?
He listens for a bit. He's trying to see if he can hear anything else. See if anything else changes. He's going to...
Nothing.
No?
No, nothing else changes. He's still looking at your direction,
He'll,
looking in disbelief.
He lowers the tip of the barrel just enough so it's at aiming towards the floor, and then he says out loud, "Is it really you this time?"
He says, "Is it really you this time?" He sort of repeats the question towards you.
Yeah, numbnuts.
When you say that, he sort of forces a smile and says, "It is you. Anar, we have to get out of here. I've been trying, but I can't get out. I'm trapped."
At this point, Anar actually he succeeds. If this really is a hallucination, he's buying into it, and he puts the gun away and starts approaching him fast and saying, like, "By the Kindlers, Chris, what happened to you? This one's been searching for you forever."
He says, I don't know. He says I don't remember anything past during that merc job. He says we were firing at those other mercs, and I don't remember what happened, and since then I've been stuck here. I don't know how to get out.
He'll check around for chains or any sort of bindings real quick.
He doesn't seem to be... Yeah, you can look. You don't need to make a roll. You can clearly see that he's not bound to anything. He's not tied up. He's just...
Okay.
He just seems to be lost.
Staring in disbelief, Anar tenses up for a second, as if a light bulb just came on.
Okay.
How did you get here?
He says, I told you, I don't know. I don't know. I've been here for so long, I don't even know how much time has passed, but I've been... Every corridor looks the same. It seems like I keep going around in circles, and this is a nightmare that just won't end. Please, help me. Help me, please.
How did you get here?
I told you I don't know.
Basically what's going through Anar's head, he's wondering how he managed to get into the blue universe.
Yep, that's a very valid question. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that's why he's getting really nervous. So he's starting to be suspicious that this might not be real. But for the moment, he's going to go along with it. Oh,
Meanwhile,
okay. That works.
Trying to check your stamina rolls here. Next on the stamina roll list is Sesepia. Sesepia.
Oh, no. I imagine. It's pitch black, right?
Sesepia. It's pitch black. You're by yourself. At least when you try to call out, like everybody around you is silent. Everybody was talking, and then you're silent. It's pitch black. But you can't see a thing.
A car. Think? Anyone? I'm wondering.
There's no response.
Am I able to like kind of use my biotics to kind of emit a light?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Biotics are, from what I've read, is more like dark energy. I don't think it lights things up very well. It looks like it would, but I don't think it actually does.
I know, that's what I was wondering. Okay. Shit.
I don't think it gives off light.
Okay. I'll just try to like search or I'll try to find something to kind of.
As you're searching around, you do hear the faint dripping sound.
Drip.
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 Okay.
Drip.
Proceed
Drip.
cautiously and proceed cautiously. Oh.
Someone just run recklessly for the hell of it.
I got my gun out. And just walking very slowly. Tried to. Trying to go to the source of the dripping.
Trying to go over to the source of the dripping.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way towards the direction of the dripping, but you almost you step into something and you almost slip.
Oof.
Something slippery. You can't tell because it's so dark. But something's on the floor that's causing you to slip around.
Try to kneel down, see if can I dip my fingers in, see if maybe I get like a scent or a smell.
You dip your fingers onto whatever's on the floor, and it feels damp and warm. Sticky. You put it up to your nose, and you breathe in something salty from it.
Okay. I can just try to steady my nerve, proceed forward.
You proceed forward, trying to maintain your balance. The dripping gets louder. It's very rhythmic. And you continue on, and suddenly the dripping kind of goes off of its rhythm slightly, which probably makes you a little confused because it was so rhythmic before, and now it's kind of going off in different intervals.
What
The dripping starts to get louder, and now you hear more than one. You realize the reason why it's not rhythmic is because there's another set of dripping sounds. Then you hear another set of dripping sounds. Then you hear another set of dripping sounds, and it starts. All of a sudden, the dripping starts to turn into more of a pouring sound. You can feel the level of whatever substance you were stepping on start to rise almost up to your ankles. And you're starting to slosh through whatever it is, whatever the warm, sticky thing is around your ankles.
Try to just try to keep pushing through, try to the other side of the building. To get to the other side of the wall, possibly.
Okay. Meanwhile, Sink is next. Sink, you're by yourself. You use your eyes, I guess, to try to see into the dark.
Yeah, I was gonna if I had night vision or whatever, or...
You look around and you don't see anyone around you. It's very eerily silent. You do see a bunch of crates, but they've all been broken open. They're not perfectly aligned, they're broken open into. Excuse me.
I decided it's probably gonna draw my gun. Just because everybody was around us and all of a sudden I'm by myself.
Okay.
And I'll walk up and check out the crates to see what was inside.
You go up to one crate. In one crate you see... At first you think you see limbs, body parts, but then when you adjust your eyes more carefully, they are robotic limbs and robotic legs and feet and arms and hands. You go over to... You look at... There's like a row. There's like a row down. There's like an aisle between the crates. On the left side, all of the crates seems to have like various robotic limbs.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, if you look over into one of the crates, you see, to your shock, human body parts like organs. You see a brain. You see a heart still beating. You see intestines. It's pretty darn graphic. All on the right side of all these crates.
Ew.
Still kind of
What do you-
confused. Think's gonna say, "Man, this guy's a sick bastard." And I guess he'll walk up to the beating heart to see, like, kind of confused as to how it's makes, like, see if there's something making it beat or if it's just like literally beating on its own.
Are you gonna pick it up?
Yes.
You pick it up and you try to examine it to see whether or not you can tell how it's beating by itself. And when you examine it, there doesn't seem to be any reason why it's beating. Then the heart starts pumping faster and faster and faster, almost like the heart itself is going into cardiac arrest. It's having a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, the heart bursts and dissolves into blood down your hand, and the blood goes down your wrist, and starts dripping down to the floor below you.
Alright. As soon as it happens, I'm kind of like, "Ugh, what the hell?" And he'll flick it off, try to, like, flick his hands to try to get it off.
You flick your hands to try to get the blood off, and while you're trying to find something, maybe a rag or something to clean off your hand, you hear the sound of a gun clicking in front of you.
Yeah, I'll snap to wherever direction it was to see who it is. And aim my gun in, like, response, kind of like almost like a fluid, like almost like a fluid motion.
You in a fluid moment, you aim your gun towards the person, and you use your eye to try to scan through the darkness. You can't see details of or features of the person, but you can tell that this person is human. And he seems to be dressed in some sort of a lab coat. And he's got this pistol aimed at your direction. And do you say something before do you want to say something before the human says something, or would you let the human say something first?
Just because Sink doesn't know what he's messing with, he's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna wait for him to make the first move and try to react.
You hear the man called out angrily, "Al, where is it?" You hear the sound of Dane's voice call out in the darkness.
As soon as I'm assuming I recognize the voice.
Yep, that's Dane.
At
At least it sounds like
yeah,
Dane.
I'm gonna Dane. Why are you here?
Where's my ship, Al?
Naughty, naughty.
He doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to say. He's at a loss for words.
I thought we were friends, he says. We've been through a lot together. How could you betray me like this?
Dane, you've got to understand. I needed to save my wife. I needed your machine, and I needed a way to escape, and so I needed your ship as well.
That's what you always do, Al. You're always trying to escape. That's what got us into this mess in the first place. You pulled me into this, and I want out. And then you took my ship.
What mess are you talking about? I didn't get you involved in anything. I ran away from it all. I don't understand.
He says, how could you? How could you do this to me, to her?
Look, I've changed. I've met people, and they've opened my eyes. I can fix this. I can give you your ship back. It's complicated, but I can fill you in on everything once we get out of here.
He says, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm giving you. He clicks something on this pistol as he aims it towards your head. I'm giving you to the count of 3 to tell me where the ship is. 1.
I'm sorry, Dane, but I can't do that.
2.
I'm gonna.
Meanwhile, next person.
Yes! So good.
Elias.
I'm getting jelly.
Elias. Okay.
Oh, I'm actually
find
really
yourself-
looking forward to this one.
So am I. I've got no idea what's going to happen.
We just know so little about you.
Elias, you find yourself again in complete darkness, but you are using your visor, your infrared visor.
Well, I'm using night vision probably more than infrared.
Night vision, probably. And you notice that your companions are nowhere to be found.
Oh, you consider Anara a companion.
Okay, well that's weird. Pi, where'd everyone go?
Pi tries to respond, and he sounds very jumbled. He tries to respond, but it's not clear.
Pi.
It's like static.
Pi responds again, and this time he sounds again garbled, and then all of a sudden, the garbledness stops, and you hear a different voice and says, "I am sorry, Pi isn't available right now."
Really? And who am I speaking to then?
I am sorry, Pi is unavailable now.
Like to call back later.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Pi isn't available right now, and it just keeps repeating over and over and over again in different voices, faster and faster and faster and faster until it stops.
I checked my suit systems to make sure I haven't got short anywhere, and then I duck for cover.
You check your suit systems, and everything seems to be in order, with the exception of Pi being incapacitated somehow, for one reason or another.
Okay. Great. What's the room around me look like?
The room around you is completely empty. There are no crates or anything. However, there appears to be on the walls, if you are able to see the walls. I guess you can't see the walls at all. The walls are somehow, you don't know. I don't think that you would think this is physically possible, which is why it might throw up a red flag. But you know how if you have special I guess a special marker that shows up in a black light, like a neon, gives off like a neon.
Yeah.
So it almost looks like
about a UV pen
yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah. So pretend that the walls have scribbled on them, have been scribbled on with UV pens or markers, and for some reason, when you look towards the direction, it's almost like your helmet is shining I guess a black light. So it's not like you can see the entire wall. You can see portion of it as you're moving around your focus. And all over the wall, you see markings of your name. On the right side, you see markings of your name with like little hearts, and it almost looks like several obsessive fans, like to the extreme, are writing your name over and over and over again on one wall. And on the other side of the wall, so whereas this wall looks like everything is in nice flowy penmanship and full of adornment, you look on the other side and it's all of the text that is in jagged strokes saying "Elias sucks, die Elias, die," and various other things. So it's sort of like huge extremes of people's opinions of you personally on both sides of the walls, split in both sides of the walls.
Wow, I've stumbled into 4chan. Assuming it still exists.
It does.
Of course it does.
4chan never dies.
He probably actually does say that. No, he would actually totally say that. I'm gonna try to contact the ship.
Okay. You contact the ship. Someone responds. This is the Ashru. State your name, please.
This is Eliasolova Ashru.
Eliasola, you have decided to return back to us.
Yeah.
What, before you can get back onto the ship, what have you could you please inform us what have you brought back from your pilgrimage? What worth have you brought back for us? For your people?
A chemical compound that will allow dextro-based life forms to consume levo-based proteins if necessary.
That sounds very useful. Tell me, how did you come upon this particular chemical?
There was a science facility. I found a copy lying around.
You are welcome on board. And at this point, the hatch behind you where you came out of, you went into, opens up, and behind you, you see the entrance into one of the Quarian fleet ships.
No way.
Some red flags are definitely going up. With a willpower of 23, Elias, you definitely don't think that this is real.
No way is this real.
This is not. Definitely red flags.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I bolt in the other direction.
In the other direction.
Yep.
You bolt in the other direction. Okay. Arkara, you're left. Arkara, you find yourself in the room. I don't think you have any way of seeing anything in front of you. But you do notice that everything all of a sudden becomes quiet. There doesn't seem to be any sign of your companions.
I fire up my Omnitool to try to get some light.
You fire up your Omnitool to get some lights, and it opens up dimly. You can only see maybe a few feet in front of you.
Even with the torch function?
It's for whatever reason, it's not turning on completely in full blast, so it's flickering. It's flickering eerily.
It's the part of the video games where it means something's coming.
You definitely definitely gives you a very sinking, creepy feeling.
Yeah.
Gives you a false jump scare first and then the real one.
I bring out my assault rifle and hold it at the ready and then try to look around a little bit.
You walk around and you move around a bit, and your foot bumps into something.
I lean down to look at it, see what it is.
You lean down to look at it, and to your shock, it appears to be a Krogan stillborn.
Ooh. I quickly stand up again, take a step back, trying to collect myself.
You collect yourself, and the entire storage room starts to flash, as if like the fluorescent lights are turning on at all at once, and then suddenly you are bathed in a deep bluish light, and you are surrounded in a room filled with Krogan stillborn babies.
Oh. I just stand there, completely dumbfounded, and just look around, trying to see if there's any way out or if there's anything else inside the room.
You do see that there is a hallway down at the far end of the room that you could probably go into. That seems to be the only exit out of this godforsaken room.
I try to make my way over there, gingerly trying to step between the babies and just shuddering all the way.
You try to peel yourself away from the horrific sight, and you make your way down the hallway. You turn around and you see as you make a turn around the bend, another room. And in this room, you see the laboratory again, the laboratory from before with all of the clones. And you see all of these other Arcara clones or Kelgael clones lined up down the walls in their little pods.
I just let the assault rifle hang down by my side and just go up to the closest pod and just lay my hand on the glass.
You lay your hand on the glass, and as soon as you touch the glass, the eyes of that clone dramatically open and stare into yours.
I just shy away from it and just stand there shivering, almost going down on our knees.
The Krogan continues staring into your eyes. Doesn't break the stare, the connection, unless you look away.
I stand there for a while and then eventually tear my eyes away and look around at the rest of the room.
You look around the rest of the room. The rest of the clones are not looking at you at all. They still have their eyes shut. But the hallway seems to continue down further if you want to continue on.
Yeah, I'll keep shakily going down the hallway.
You slowly make your way down the hallway, and as you go down the hallway, as you pass each set of pods, the eyes of the clones dramatically open as you make your way up. It's very eerie and very creepy.